Hi, I'm Dave. Welcome to the shop. We're here again. It's a beautiful day, and working on my little cherry cabinets. Got drawers made, and I'll show you a drawer in and out, whatever. I've got 2 coats of shellac, amber shellac on the cherry, and I think it's just starting to glow with that warm shellac glow. Next is some 400, I don't have any 320, some 400 grit sandpaper, and I'm going to go over the whole surface, not to, how to say it, not to take the shellac off, but to clean the surface. The shellac has a little bit of a blush to it. Amber shellac has a little bit of wax in it, which I don't know what helps it level out a little bit, keeps it from drying out the instant you put it down. And in the process, it comes to the surface. At least that's how the tradition describes the process. Blush. And so I want to sand it down. And also, it's a dusty shop. It's a woodworker shop. So it's a little bit pecky. Not bad. I mean, not bad. A piece of silk would slide off it. But I can feel it. It's not perfect. 400 grit sandpaper. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Makes it, I mean, it turns into, baby's butt sort of motion here. So we're going to do that. We're going to work on that. I've got 6 of these I'm working on. I'll walk you through this one, maybe a couple of drawers. You'll love it. Okay, so I mean, it's sanding. It's not rocket science. I got a little bit underneath the edge there. I want to get tight to that corner. I know I'm sanding the wrong way. I'm going to do that first and then sand over that, so that we won't see those scratches going in that direction. We're also pretty much out of having anything to do with the grain of the wood. I am 400 grit sandpaper, practically just buffing the shellac, which has no grain direction to it. It's just shellac, a coat. So I should be able to go in any direction, but I am only going to sand I'm going to try real hard to just sand with the grain. Not only anything, but just real hard. So that right there, sanded. It's easy, easy. I love this finish. It's easy. That's so smooth. It's just so smooth. Let's flip this thing down. We'll clean up the feet. Little teeny little button feet that I put on. Just trying to take the shine off them, assuming that with that shine is the wax that makes that blush, which I've never had a problem, but there's always a potential that waxy blush will interfere with the tung oil sticking. I don't think it's a problem. I've yet to experience it, but this is simple. And it does the other thing, which is it smooths everything out. Smooth. Just nice. And smooth finishes, you know the drill, last longer because the wear surfaces are larger. Surfaces that have points to them, those points will get abraded away, and all of a sudden the finish doesn't look so good. That's your Uncle Dave. So this is it. Just sanding. It's not hard. Little thumb pressure. Tiny pieces of sandpaper. Think about how big your hand is. You can't spread out that onto a piece of sandpaper and accomplish anything. Says me. Says me. I like to fold it's a quarter sheet. That then's ripped in half into an 1/8 sheet, and then that 1/8 sheet is folded into 4 pieces, 4 faces, and each of those faces is used fingers. That's how big my fingertips are. That's the pressure that I can put on. That's what I do. 400 grit paper, you don't really so much wear it out as you just clog it. That waxy material fills the pores. You can feel it. It's waxy. Why use something that's waxy? I like the color. I like the color that the amber Shellac has. Sandpaper is pretty inexpensive. I'll probably take me 2 sheets of sandpaper to sand all of the surfaces on 6 boxes in 2 sheets. I can do that. Sandpaper budget's good. All right, now detail work, you've got to be careful doing your detailing. I've got this faux cornice up here. It's a cavetto on the edge of the board. But I want to make sure I don't burn through the finish on the corner, so I'm sort of forming that sandpaper into a curve and holding the sandpaper as flat as I can so that I don't cut through that. Now this little rib here, flip it around, that little rib there is kind of, you got to be careful. 2 edges, if I do that, I'll cut through. It will show. So trying real hard to keep this flat, 1 thumb, just the face of 1 thumb, and keeping my eye on the surface. Just going for that blush. And that's that. All right, let's do this side. See that? Oh, oh! Someday we're going to have field of vision, and you'll know. You'll be able to say, "Oh my God, Dave!" Nice, just nice. Let's get this edge. All right, that's, ooh, what's that? Oh, I didn't get this. Ooh, wow. I know, you were probably watching the whole time wondering if I'd remember. And I didn't really, but here we are. I'm not saying you can bear down like crazy with 400 grit paper and get something, I mean, and not do any damage, but it's fine. I'm really, I doubt that anywhere I'm cutting through the whole of that second coat. Anywhere. It's good. All right, I am now complete. Faces, sides, feet, top edge, get under the crown. Now the top. This is, you know, gravy time, right? Okay, paper is not cutting. See that build up right there? I'll flip it over. I'll finish this. If it's not cutting, it's just burnishing, which is, you know, it might knock down the look of it, but doesn't take that waxy blush off. And that's really what we're trying to do. All right, so now what you can see is I've made this uniformly dull. Because I've knocked the surface of the wax down, and it's all just that sanded dullness. And it's uniform. Look for bright spots. Bright spots meaning you haven't sanded enough. Or you put too much shellac on. Like on the edges, it's easy to double coat. Anyway, so there. That's done. We've got, at this moment, 3 more of these to do, and then a parcel of drawers. I'll spare you the watching the other 3. I'll show you a drawer or 2 later. Thanks for watching. All right, hey, so here we are, little drawers, like this, right? I've got a hole pre-drilled in them. It's not the right size yet. Another issue. But anyway, I've got 2 coats of shellac on the faces. The backs, the sides, and the bottoms are in the interiors of the little boxes are going to stay clean, unfinished. Think about putting oregano in here or something like that. You don't want any waxy finishes to get into the foods or spices. So that's assuming that somebody puts spices in it. I got it. It's probably not going to happen. But anyway, here we are. That's the theme. So the finishes are only going to go on the front. The front and the edges, you see I've taped them to make a little faux front, even though it's maple there. You know, it's a thing. I like things. It makes it easier.
Hey.
Hey, Rob.
Well, that was a perfect example of a job I should have walked away from as soon